On your physical inventory sheets, as you migrate them off of your current system, what you'll do is you'll go into worksheets, and then what I'd like you to do is to click on the add build button, which is going to allow you to create a new worksheet, bringing up the worksheet wizard. To go ahead and select new, but you want to create a worksheet with a unique name that no one else will use. Click next, and then this is going to give you different options to choose from. For this exercise where we're going to build a shelf to sheet inventory sheet, go ahead and select blank and then select next. Then it's going to ask you the options. If you're going to inventory only by cases, you would uncheck the inventory units and parts. Or if you're going to do case and part, so if you have 6 number 10 cans, you'll be able to record that you had 3 cans or 5 cans, whatever the case may be. Go ahead and select run now, and this will create the worksheet where you can begin to build the worksheet. You can click on the add title line to give a description for the location of the worksheet. So if I wanted to say that this is going to be the storeroom and then answer OK, it will add a title in a yellow shaded area. At that point, if you want to list the items that are in the storeroom, you'd go ahead and click on add item, and then it brings up your standard search. As a general rule on the search, if you're building an inventory sheet, you should select purchased, and then it's only going to display the purchased items in the database. If you want to sort by name or by number, go ahead and select that. Or if you have inactive items, which you probably do at this point in your database because you don't have transactions created, once you display those, you can begin finding the items. So if I want to add the flour, I just type in flour, I double click on the item, and you'll notice behind the scenes that it added the flour to the list. Then it will bring up your list again. If I wanted to put in my biscuit mix, I could select my biscuit mix and it would add it, and it would repeat the process. The complete search, if you don't know the name of the item, but you know the part of the name, you can click on the complete search tab and then type in the name. So if I wanted to look for anything that started with the word tomato, just type in Tom and then click on search, and we'll find tomato regardless of where it's located in any part of the description. This screen automatically searches active and inactive items. This just repeats until you have all your items built in the worksheet. Then you can click cancel to return back to the worksheet. Within the worksheet, you can click on a line and you can use the move up or move down arrow key to relocate the items. With those examples, if I wanted to add more titles, I can click on add title. Again, if you want to delete the line from the worksheet, you can highlight it and click delete line. There's several options from right clicking on an item where you can move selected items and delete selected items if you're doing a multi-select, pressing the control key down to select them. As you select them, if you're moving them, it will move them in the order that you've selected them. Okay, there's other functions within the worksheet. If you want to add a page break at the end of an area, if I was at the end of my storeroom, and at the end it would put a break at the end of that location, and it would do a form feed on your printer when you print. At that point, when we get into the verify, that break will also constitute an accumulated inventory value break put in between the previous page break. When you close out of the worksheet, you'll click on the lower X and you'll see that your inventory sheet will be displayed. If you have items in your storeroom that you find that you've relocated and you're rearranging, I would recommend that you write them in between the lines, or write them down at the bottom and point an arrow as to where you want them inserted into the worksheet, so that you can begin to organize this as your actual operation. On the same token, if an item is no longer being used or stored in that location, cross them off so that as you're doing your inventory entry, that you can enter those items in on the fly. That way next week when you do your inventory sheet, it will be updated to the most current layout that you've provided.